Hey Tarosphere, it's Holly from Cape Cod Creatures. So it's been a super long time since I have done an Awesome Sauce live unboxing, and I've had this deck for a while. I mentioned it in my last video. This is the Darkness of Light Tarot. So I'm going a little old school with a record and upload instead of a live video, and I promise I'm going to try and get on really soon to do a live one. I'm thinking maybe a breakfast club, either tomorrow or some point this weekend. And I do have a little bit of time this weekend, so maybe I will do a maybe I'll do a live video this weekend. It's just so tough with all the larger channels doing all their live videos. It's almost like I kind of don't feel like I want to compete. So it's hard finding times to do live that works for everybody, that there isn't already a ginormous kind of live chat going on. But anyway, without further ado, Darkness of Light Tarot. So the only thing that I have done is cut the tape on the box since I've received this. I haven't even looked at it yet. So it comes shipped in this white mailer. I missed out on his limited edition collector's version, which comes in a handmade reclaimed wooden box, and I think it comes with some tourmaline and some quartz and black salt if memory serves. But he had a really good sale a month or two ago on the regular deck. So anyway, without further ado, we open it up and we are greeted with a hand-stamped linen bag. So very cute there, with the logo for the deck on. And it looks like it's a rabbit. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it looks to be some sort of a creature. I think it's a bunny or a fox. And then you get a printout. So here's the printout. So it says Darkness of Light Tarot was single-handedly created over the course of 2 years. Entails hundreds of hours of research, consulting, reading, years of painting, and months of production. And tells you how to open the box, which is nice, so that way that you don't ruin your tarot boxes and stuff like that. So that's awesome that he did that. I also appreciate that he put some time and whatnot into researching the tarot, because what I've noticed has been happening lately. Oh, it looks like it is a critter. There's the logo on the back of the box, and then that is it for the shipper box. That's all that comes in, is the deck, a note, and a bag. So yeah, what I've noticed has been happening as of late is unfortunately it seems like there is a lot of decks coming out where the art is nice, but the images just feel so disconnected from Rider-Waite or from other tarot meanings. It just doesn't seem to jive, and that is too bad, but it is what it is. Okay. So anyway, without further ado, I do not have, it says to insert a kitchen knife or other flat, rigid object under the top tab from the deck and gently lift upwards. Let's see if I have anything like that. You know what, for whatever reason, in my work drawer, I've got a cake server, so I actually do have a somewhat flat, oh no, okay, this is going to cause more harm than good. Apparently you need a really flat object. Do I have, I don't even have like a screwdriver or anything. You know what, I'm going to try the end of this paintbrush. Okay, so we're inserting that into the deck, and we are gently lifting upwards. I don't think that this is going to work. Oh, no. Okay, it's working. There we go. We got it started. Good enough so that way I don't have to dig my fingernails in to ruin the box. Actually, I'm super glad to know that that's how you open these, because I have ruined quite a few boxes with my fingernails. Oh, and he signed the deck, so that's awesome, on 10/17. That's when I ordered that? Oh my god. That's how long I've had this deck, you guys. Okay. So, oh, I got one extra one in there. Okay, so first things first, I really like that the box is just the deck and then the copyright on the bottom and all that good stuff. Instead of having like a description and images of the cards on the whatever, that just kind of is a It's kind of, I don't know. I don't like that. So anyway, here is the card stock. Honestly, it feels a little bit like a little thicker than the Wellany, but it feels like Make playing cards. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that with that card printing company, but it's a flexible stock. Just feels like regular paper. Not too thick, not too thin. It'll shuffle nicely, honestly. Okay, so let's see. That being said, I already see some chipping around the edges of the deck. So, for the price of it, probably could have been on a little bit of better stock. I mean, I really can't complain. I think I paid like 30 some odd for it. I had a coupon for Pamela Coleman Smith's birthday. So I didn't pay too much for it, but I just think for the price that he's asking, maybe future different stock would be good, especially where you've got, I mean, I get that these are just the title cards, but if these are chipping, then these are going to chip too. So, Darkness of Light Tarot, designed and illustrated by Tony DeMuro. There we go. Published by Wavelength Laboratory. The thank you, what do they call these? Dedication card to the makers, artists, and visionaries, and the people that helped him create his deck, which is really nice. You don't often see like a thank you card, so I'm really terrible at writing thank you notes. I don't know what it is. Thank you notes are a lost art on my generation and moving forward. Some people are much better at it than others, but I know that I'm really not that good at it. So, for those unfamiliar with this deck, it is a mixed media collage deck. Very much like the Disciples, or like a darker version of the Star Child Tarot. But I do enjoy it. This is the Magician. He's got bearded. He's kind of neat, I guess. Can we focus in on that? This camera has issues. Camera issues. There we go. And we're back, and I'm in my retail space because, like I said, we're kicking it old school, so there's that horrible glare that comes with my lighting. The Priestess. Oh, the titles are in Italian, by the way, which I really kind of enjoy. So you got High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, Hierophant, Lovers. I enjoy this Lovers card. I don't know how I feel about them embracing. I don't know how I feel about any lovers embracing on a Lovers card. Like, I get why they say that because they're lovers, but Lovers is about so much more than romantic love. But I do enjoy how some of the original imagery from Lovers is kept so that way you can kind of remember the original Rider-Waite version, and you can apply some of the same meanings there if you need to. So we've got Lovers, Chariot. This is a great Chariot card. I think that's supposed to be Artemis. Strength. You've got a lion, and she's putting her hand in the mouth. You know, it's pretty standard imagery for strength. Then you've got the Hermit. I enjoy this Hermit card too. I also enjoy, like, usually you see him from the side. But here we get to see him. Let me see if I can get the glare away. We get to see him with all the city lights and stuff below. Like, his path is, like, you can see, like, the journey he's got to take and what he's got to get through to get there. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is very Sleeping Beauty-ish right there with the spinning wheel. You've got the Justice card, the Hangman, Death. I do enjoy this Death card. You have to have a good Death card in a deck. I also like the callback to the rose on the Death card in the Rider-Waite. I do enjoy, like, this I do love that this deck has throwbacks to Rider-Waite in it, so that way it kind of, if you learned on Rider-Waite and you're familiar with Rider-Waite imagery, it's much easier for you to remember what's going on. So we've got Temperance here, which, I don't know, it's a good one for Temperance. I love that it's kind of like a little pond. I don't know if you can kind of see she's standing in a pond, but there's no water being poured there. but the water is kind of like floating around. I actually really enjoy this Temperance card. We've got the Devil. This is some awesome imagery here. I don't know, it's very old school, like devil-y. Oh, I really enjoy it. And then you've got the Tower. You've got the Star, the Moon. I enjoy this Moon card. I love that there's a Cerberus here. The Sun. Of course, I'm going to love this Sun card. I mean, look at this cute little doggy. This was the card that changed my mind about whether or not I was going to get this deck. I mean, look at the pupper. How can you not enjoy a deck with a good pupper in it? And you've got Judgment, and of course, the World. Although I think he's calling this one the Universe. And it's got something on there in Latin and or Italian, and I am going to research what that says because I'm not sure. I'm sure somebody's got that written down somewhere, or I'll stick it in Google Translate. But it's a beautiful card. And then let's see. So he's got the coins numbered. Okay, so he's got the coins going from 2 to ace. So it looks like the suits in the deck are 2 to ace. And they are fully illustrated pips. So anybody worried about purchasing this deck and getting just a pip deck, that would be horrible. But these are fully illustrated suits, which is really nice. And you can definitely tell, like, coins is an earthy suit. Let's see what we are going on for the. Okay, so it's King, Knight, Page, and Queen. That's weird to have that be in that order, but the court cards are absolutely beautiful. Lots of expression in them. I also enjoy the Page on this one is a woman, so it is not gender specific to the traditional Rider-Waite, which is fantastic, although the King is a doodly dude. I also enjoy how he is like hanging out with his harvest, so I think Coins is supposed to be. No, yeah, it's kind of a fallish. I forget whether or not I know Coins is Earth. I forget what season it's associated with. Then you've got Cups, which is very much. These are beautiful. Oh my goodness, the Cups is such like the color. And let me grab this. Let me grab the Cups versus the coins. All right. So I don't know if you can kind of see the color palette. Like this is all very earthy. You know, lots of browns, lots of grays, some very earthy greens in there. Some, you know, it's a very earthy suit. And then you get to the Cups, and there's lots of blues. Lots of blues, lots of like sea greens. The colors are a little brighter. The you know, the I don't know, they capture it very well. All right, let's see. Let's head to swords. Swords, they're calling them blades in this, but the blades are very, again, very with the darker colors. Would this be more of a winter? This is more, yeah, they're very wintry. It's kind of got like the look of snow, so you've got kind of like a dark mood with this suit. I think it fits very well, actually. I'm very impressed with this deck. The imagery is beautiful. I wish, I wish that they would release a, like a luxury cardstock would be nice. Oh, my phone's ringing. I don't know who that is, and I'm not going to answer it. And then the wands. Lots of red in the suit. You know, it's kind of, it mirrors like the fiery kind of energy, the springtime energy, the summery energy that you get. Oh my god, that's beauteous. Yeah, this is a great deck. I'm very, very impressed. So far, for if you're looking to pay like mid to high 30s, I would highly recommend. Any higher than that, because of the quality of the cardstock, I wouldn't go too higher than that. So definitely a deck you want. Wait till you get a good coupon is my advice for this. All right, so let's see how she shuffles. As far as size is concerned, fits nicely in the hand. It's like your standard Llewellyn size deck, if you're familiar with that. And then, right off the bat, Shuffle's pretty decent, although because of the chipping on the edge of the cards, I'm not sure if rifle shuffling is something that you want to do. I'm always going to rifle shuffle because it's just the way that I roll. Alright, let's see. Ooh. Okay. So yeah, it shuffles okay. Hand over hand, like I said, it fits nicely in the hand to do this way, although if you do have exceptionally tiny hands, you are going to want to go ahead and do that. I do enjoy that it's glossy enough for the cards to glide, but not so glossy that it's terrible. When you actually see the cards in person, forget my overhead lighting for retail because I have to have it super bright in here, otherwise product just looks meh. But yeah, the glossy isn't too bad. You're not going to be sad about it. Okay, so let's get a couple more shuffles in here, and then we'll do a 3-card draw. Oh my goodness, that didn't bridge very well. Oh, can you tell I'm rusty? Oh no. I actually haven't been doing too much intense shuffling with some of my decks lately. I have been using Pendulum to select cards. I'll fan the cards out, and then I'll hold the pendulum over and be like, okay, Pendulum, which card do you want me to do? And then when it stops swinging, that's the card that I pick. But yeah. The cut on these cards is nice and uniform too. I've gotten a couple of decks recently that I haven't reviewed yet, but I will. But the cards are not cut evenly, and that kind of bothers me. It's one thing when you combine decks and the cards don't quite line up and it is what it is, but yeah, these are nice and even. Who knew that that would be a thing that would like enter into critiquing a deck? I don't know. I would just expect cards to be cut evenly no matter what you did. Alright, so we want the card from the bottom, and we want one from the middle. I want that one feels nice. I want that one. And then the one from the top. Okay. So we pulled the King of Cups. I actually really like this. He's got kind of a mermaidy vibe going on. He's got like a towel and like the fishing net. And he's a younger king. What's his mask of? It looks like he's got kind of a seal mask on. I don't know if you can see that. Come on, focus in. There we go. It almost looks like a seal or an otter. And of course he's got the water tattoos here, the triangle and the wavy lines. It almost reminds me of Ziegler cards, I think they're called. The ones from Ghostbusters. And then we pulled the 8 of Cups, which was another card I was vibing on heavily, and we pulled the Hanged Man. So this is our pull for the day. Let's see, what are we looking for as far as energy from here is concerned? Okay, so from this I kind of get that, it's time to, like, I don't know, it almost feels like it's kind of time to make a big kid decision, like put on your big kid pants and, you know, kind of forget, like, while it's good to have your emotions, I always said that the King of Cups is not necessarily, like, while he is good at recognizing and dealing with his emotions, he also is the master of them. He doesn't let them, like, he feels what he feels, but he doesn't let them kind of rule how he goes about his day. You know, he's good at separating, like, I feel this way about this, but, like, he can separate, like, emotion brain and logic brain and kind of come to a good decision between the two. And I think it's time for us to apply that to whatever our situation is this week and decide what exactly there is we need to walk away from and kind of be like, okay, well, it's okay to feel sad and have that loss, and maybe you do feel passionately about continuing on with something, but is it really worth it for you? And what exactly are you missing out on by not, you know, by not letting go of something that could possibly be holding you back? That being said, if we do follow this advice, or until we do follow this advice, we're going to find ourselves in kind of a hangman type of a state where, like, maybe there won't be, like, you know, maybe it's time for a sabbatical. Maybe maybe like, you know, are you spinning your wheels so hard that like you find yourself in kind of a suspended state? Or if you let go of stuff that needs to be let go, perhaps maybe you need to take some time to figure out exactly what it is that you really need to do. Actually, I kind of feel this card for somebody that might be leaving a job or is in kind of a state of unemployment. I don't know if there's anybody watching this video right now that kind of feels that is kind of in that situation, but the way that I would read this for somebody would be, you know, whether or not you're thinking about leaving your job, or whether or not you're thinking, or whether or not you have recently become unemployed, I would use this to take the time to figure out what it is you really want to do with your career. I know that this is usually these two cards, the cups, and the cups are a suit of emotion, but both of those speak to me about like trying to figure out what it is that kind of gets your you know, what it is you want to do with your life, like what it is that you know, what kind of a career you'd want, what kind of thing you could feel passionately enough about to kind of get you through the rest of your working life, and also not have you feel like you're kind of yucky and stuck and spinning your wheels. So I would say, like, definitely take your time, take a sabbatical, whether it's voluntary or forced, and figure out exactly where you want to go career-wise, emotional-wise. Like, figure out kind of what you want to do with the rest of your life. This is a period of transition. This is, you know, almost like a midlife or quarter life crisis kind of a thing going on here. So, you know, don't look at it as a crash, like, oh my god, oh no. Just I would reframe your pause from work as, you know, a time to rethink what it is you want to do, as opposed to like maybe like an unfortunate tower event. This isn't a tower event. This is a hangman thing going on in your life. This is a time to shift your energies and get a new perspective. So anyway, I hope that helped whoever needed it. And this is the Darkness of Light Tarot. I really enjoy it. Actually, Colleen, I believe, is a fan of this. I don't know if she still watches my videos or not, but I miss her like bunches, and her cat is adorable. So shout out to Colleen, and I will see you guys later, and have a wonderful evening, Tarot Sphere. If I don't talk to you before then, which I hope to, have a wonderful holiday season. And any of you guys work in retail, just know that I feel your pain.